Hello everyone, this is a pre-Let's Play of Normality. Now the reason I'm showing you the GOG page of this game is because this is the only place you can get it with a thing that will, a DOSBox that'll run it on a modern Windows machine. Now the big thing I'm going to be showing you in this pre-Let's Play is the voice acting stuff. There are two voice sets for not just the main character but also everyone else. This game originally came out in the UK first, since Gremlin Interactive is a UK company. Well, used to be. I don't know if they're still on. And then there's the US version. Now, with me, I had the US version. And now the one with in GOG.com, they come with the UK voices, which there's like heated debate about this, but I came on with the US ones, and the UK ones, when I hear it, just sounds flat. The US, well, I can't find the UK voice actor's just name anywhere. I probably have to like dig deep into the credits or something. But the US voice actor is Corey Feldman, this guy. However, I've found a way to put the US voices on there. Now, first thing you need to do is you need to install Normality from GOG, because it gives you the DOSBox capability to run it and everything. So just go ahead and do that stuff right there. It won't take very long at all. It's not even a gig. I think it's 500, if that. Okay, here's where things get interesting. So there's the CD one on the left and the GOG one on the right. Now, if you have the original disc, move over the norm.exe file you have there. So just go ahead and move that over. And let us get a copy and replace it. Just go ahead and do it. If you want to back up the norm.exe for the UK voices from GOG, you can go ahead and back up norm if you want to experience both, but I'll be showing you both of them anyway, so don't worry about that. Now this next part is the weird one. Now, as you can see, there's a normal.gog. That is essentially the ISO image of the UK disk of Normality. Now we want the US one. So with a lovely free piece of software, ImageBurn, you can go ahead and download that from like anywhere. With your CD in the drive, go ahead and create an image from the disk. And it doesn't matter where you put the ISO, just make sure that you have the Normality disk in there, and you just hit the little disk to file icon there at the bottom. And just let that do its thing, and we'll get back to that. Okay, once you have a successful operation of the ISO, go ahead and, I left ImageBurn open, you can go ahead and close it. So go ahead and go to where your ISO is. You can see right there it's about 500 megabyte file. Now if you want to back up the original GOG, go ahead and just name it like .back at the end there or something like that. Or just rename it. I was trying to do something with it. I'm not sure what I was doing. I was trying to take out any possibility of trying to read it. Right. So now what you got to do is rename the ISO to normal. Make sure it's all caps just to make sure everything does it. And you have to change the file extension. If you can't change the file extension, that's in the folder settings under Organize. So now that you have the normal.gog, you can run the game with the US voices. Here are two samples I'll be running you. The first one will be the UK voices, which I can't find the name of the voice actor anywhere. So here's this. It took it, and I clicked a few things in game as well, just to show you the difference. But here you go.
I began to learn the shady history of Nootropolis shortly after my week-long holiday in the Blue Pens. Most events happened before my time, but I was soon to get swept up in the events which had transformed this radical, free-thinking utopia into the polluted pit of boredom it is today. Something was up with the population, something unnatural and sinister. My life and theirs were about to change forever. I'll start right at the beginning. I was spending a little quality time, walking a couple blocks and whistling a particularly annoying tune I had composed. Suddenly, from out of the smog... Whoa! Hi, guys. I spent 7 lousy days in a Spartan blue box, basically for being too happy. And on every one of those days, those norm guys piped into my cell what can only be described as elevator music. Normalizing, they call it. Whew. Then, on the last day, frustrated? Want to meet some like-minded individuals? Want to do something about the state of the city? Get a job and snoop around Plush Rest. You'll find a group in one of the dumpsters around the back. An empathizer. This was my first contact with people on the same wavelength. Stuff was about to change for the first time in almost 40 years.
Get in there. That TV is on 24 hours a day. I'm coming in after you.
It got disconnected by the norms for being a health risk. Just a set of slightly soiled scissors. Let's see what's down here. Aha! There's some ah! That's done it. I've broken it.
Okay, that was the UK voices. Now here's the US voices.
I began to learn the shady history of Nootropolis shortly after my week-long holiday in the Blue Pens. Most events happened before my time, but I was soon to get swept up in the events which had transformed this radical, free-thinking utopia into the polluted pit of boredom it is today. Something was up with the population, something unnatural and sinister. My life and theirs were about to change forever. I'll start right at the beginning. I was spending a little quality time, walking a couple of blocks and whistling a particularly annoying tune I had composed, when suddenly, from out of the smog... Whoa! What's up, dudes? I spent 7 lousy days in a Spartan blue box, basically for being too happy. And on every one of those days, those norm guys piped into my cell what could only be described as elevator music. Normalizing, they call it. Then, on the last day, frustrated? Want to meet some like-minded individuals? Want to do something about the state of the city? Get a job and snoop around Plush Rest. You'll find a group in one of the dumpsters around the back. An empathizer? This was my first contact with people on the same wavelength. Stuff was about to change for the first time in almost 40 years. Right on.
TV isn't on 24 hours a day, I'm coming in after you.
It got disconnected by the norms for being a health risk. Just a set of slightly soiled scissors. Let's see what's down here. Aha! There's some... Ah! Oh, that's done it. I've broken it.
Okay, those were the US voices by Corey Feldman. I personally prefer them simply because I grew up on that. And then I didn't even know for the longest time there was a different UK version because, it's on a CD, it's from Windows. Yeah, anyway. I much prefer the US ones. There's heated debate about this in different forums and reviews where they just call the voice actor too crazy or over the top, but Normality, the game itself is already crazy over the top, and if you're going to go that direction, go all the way. And I just feel that the UK voice actor delivers flat lines with nasal overtone in the worst way possible. Okay, I hope that cleared up any questions you had about the voices with Normality, the UK and the US versions. If you get the Normality off GOG and you don't have a CD or anything like that, someone on the GOG forums was nice enough to post a download link here. It's off one of those sketchy download sites, but it's, he's got to upload a huge size. So you just click that. There's all this crap on the screen, just ignore everything. You click this red slow download button, and a little timer link will show up, and you'll be able to download it sooner or later if you go through all the damn ads. But yeah, he was nice enough to put that up there. If you have the CD, you can probably find the CD off of eBay and stuff like that, but I hope at some point or another they give you both voice options sooner or later, but I don't really see it happening anytime soon. Alright, hope that cleared up any questions you had, and next episode will actually be me playing it with the US voices.